What's up, YTPC? Uncle Willie coming to you from the coop. Got the air conditioner going. I didn't even try to fight in between when it come on, when it went off. Usually doesn't affect anything. So I want to touch on something real quick. Someone was asking in one of their videos how to pronounce the new tobacco that's out. The newest that I've seen. It's called the Fallon Tradition number 2. Sounds like it's pretty good. I might end up getting some. Still thinking about it. But it's Fallon with an F. A lot of people call it Vaughn. Some people call it Vallon. But I've heard from a German that it is actually Fallon. So it's like pronounced with the F. So, with that out of the way, they like their peanuts. Ash all over me. Salty dogs. This is not a review. This is just some thoughts that I've put into it as I've been smoking it at times. The skull and crossbones represent a pirate, is what typically people would think of. Aye, matey. And this pirate particularly has a patch on his eye. Hard to tell, but he does. We all know they carried it around on the ships in a plug for a couple reasons. One, it made it easy to have a plug, put it in your pocket. Probably had a small pipe, put in your other pocket. I don't know what kind of pipe they smoked back then. I don't think they had corn cobs, so I'm sure it was a wooden pipe of some sort. They didn't let it dry out, so I don't either. They probably lit it and went about whatever they were doing. Most times they probably smoked in the evening after all their work was done on the ship, after they swabbed the decks and sharpened the harpoons and whatever else it was they were doing, loading the cannons. But I'm sure they smoked during the day at times too. And they would be smoking and something happened, they ended up having to work. They probably just stuck their pipe in their pocket, or maybe just held it and went about doing what they were doing. Sometimes it probably stayed lit. This stayed lit for quite a while with me talking, never relighting or tamping. They probably didn't have tampers back then. I'm sure they didn't have old boy style either. Probably lit with matches. Flavored with rum, since that's typically what the drink of the pirates was rum. One never looked at the other and said, I should have dried this out a little more. They never even thought about drying tobacco out. They just broke it up, packed it in the bowl, stuffed it and puffed it, so to speak. Just my thoughts. When you think about it, that could be one scenario, the way it happened. Hard to say, we weren't there. So I don't dry it. They didn't dry it. I'm sure they didn't sit around with a pipe and be like, you know, the Virginias are really coming through a lot stronger than they didn't do. They just smoked it. They wanted something simple. They could just slice it off, probably with a sword, broke it off, rubbed it out at most, and probably smoked it sort of chunky. They didn't have no leather valet to put it on and rub it out and break it up and all. They're on a boat out in the ocean. Just my thoughts. I could be totally wrong. This video was for entertainment purposes only. None of it was meant to be fact. It's all just my thought process of when I'm smoking a pipe and just thinking. When I don't think about the tobacco, trying to figure out what one overpowers the other, because I'm sure they didn't. So, I think I told you this was a Nording Bulldog Valhalla. This is usually what I smoke salty dogs in. And I used to smoke this every Tuesday with salty dogs in it, and I got out of it for some reason. So, high tide on the south side, low tide on the other side. That's all I got, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Until next time, you know what to do. Stuff them and puff them.